Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and today is the day Android 12 is finally here, so let's take a look. Now I've been using the Android 12 beta for the last 5 months along with 250,000 other people. Over that time we reported over 50,000 issues, so it's safe to say that the beta was a massive success and hopefully that plays into the brand new version of Android 12. But the full release is now here, I've got it running on my Google Pixel 5 and this is my full review. A little bit of housekeeping before we get into the video. Android 12 is going to be available on the Pixel 3 and up. Now that's really great to see Google supporting some of their older devices from 2018, however if you do also have some newer Samsung devices or Xiaomi devices, just to name a few, you can also expect to get Android 12 a little bit later on in the year. Now we've got 4 main features with Android 12, which moving forward in this video I'm going to be calling A12 just to keep it a little bit simpler. We've got privacy, user experience, performance, and of course the UI. So first off we have the privacy options, and we've got a brand new privacy dashboard that lets you see when any application is going to be using your camera, microphone, or your pinpoint location, or a more sort of generalized location as well. Now this goes right alongside the new indicators for the microphone and camera. When any application is going to be using them, you're going to see a little red or green dot in the top right hand corner of your display to let you know that the application you're in is going to be using one of those hardware features. This is great for some of those sneaky apps that don't really make it very clear exactly what it's going to be using, and you can then go straight into your settings and it's going to allow you to turn off that feature on an individual app basis. Now yes, you could do this before, but it was a little bit more finicky, and having a visual representation of exactly which app is using what is a really great addition to see. When you're using an application that wants to use your location data, you can give it a precise location or a more approximate location. Now this is great for some of those applications where maybe you don't want it to know exactly where you're going to be, however if you're using something like Google Maps, you can pinpoint exactly where you are. Now there are some other things under the hood to do with privacy, but safe to say this is the safest version of Android that we've ever had. It's really good that companies like Apple and Google are doing everything they can and doubling down on those privacy and security features. Next up then we have the user experience. Now these are really some more developer friendly options in regards to making some apps and tools a little bit easier to use. So just as an example, we have new tools for AVIF image support to improve image quality of files like JPEGs. New APIs to add effects like blur and color filters onto text and apps for that frosted glass experience. So if you're an app developer or you just want to mix up your application, Google's making it a little bit easy to use some of these more specialized effects. There's also new APIs for the camera effects and quality, and this basically means that third-party applications are going to be able to better use the Google camera that's built straight into the Pixel, along with all of the processing that comes behind it. Now there are loads more API improvements that will hopefully mean apps moving forward look great, feel great, and play great for an overall better third-party app experience. Next up then we have performance. Now one of the best things about A12 is some of the improvements to performance without having to upgrade or change any of the hardware in your device. Android has reduced the CPU time used by core services by 22%, which will help with the app speed and also better battery life, and the bigger cores have also dropped by 15%. Now this will allow for apps to open quicker and the general UI to feel a lot snappier. It may also help with third-party, games and 3D intense applications to run a little bit better on slightly older hardware. Applications are also going to open 34% quicker. Now that's not necessarily something you're going to see on a day-to-day basis, and there is a brand new splash screen for when you open an application, and I'm pretty sure this is to bring down some of that loading time and make it look like it's doing something instead of basically pausing and not actually doing anything, but it's something that you may not notice and it actually fades into the background over time. Any application that you go into, it does bring up a small screen before the application opens. It's not very obtrusive, and in general I don't really mind it too much. Lastly, but arguably one of the best features of A12 is going to be the UI. Now I've done a full video all about the Material You update in Android 12, and safe to say it does a pretty good job at being able to very simply customize your device just by changing your wallpaper. So once you've changed your wallpaper, you have access to different theme options. This works really well and gives your phone a whole new look just by changing the wallpaper, so it's very simple to do. Now this is something that was only previously available through custom ROMs and launchers, so it's great to see that Android are bringing this straight to A12 without having to have any third-party applications installed. You have completely redesigned widgets for a lot of Google's core applications. Now, some people aren't a huge fan of the cookie cutter design, but I think they actually look quite nice. They look a lot better on some simple wallpapers like those direct from Android, and also those that can be found on the brand new Pixel 6. But again, the great thing about Android in general is the amount of widgets on the Play Store. I'm sure you can find something that you like. You also have some other UI elements like the notification shade being completely redesigned. This plays into Material You of Android 12 and looks great with bigger target areas and an overall flatter design. Google claims you can practically change any setting that you need to with a tap and a swipe, and while that may not be totally true, you can change a ton of settings right from your notification shade, which is pretty similar to how it used to be on older versions of Android. Some of the more subtle effects in the UI are the new stretch overscroll, a simple stretch effect in apps that lets you know that you've reached the end of a feed, web page, or even your app drawer. Also, not to mention too much in detail in this video, is using your phone to control Android TV, better integration with Chromebooks, enhanced auto rotate, copying text from recent app screen, and a game dashboard, plus tons more. And a feature that a lot of people have been asking for is screenshot scrolling. Now for me, I've not really had to use this in the past and it's never really crossed my mind, but for those people that have really been asking for it, it's now here on Android 12. And that's pretty much going to do it for Android 12. While it looks completely different, it actually kind of functions and works pretty much the same as it used to, and yes, there are some improvements under the hood that do improve the performance, but overall it's not a massive change to what we had with Android 11. But overall, I'm a pretty big fan and I really enjoy the customizing my wallpaper to change the whole look and feel of my device. Now I want to know from you guys in the comment section down below if you've got Android 12 on your device and what you think of it, whether you like it, don't like it, what they've improved, or what you think could be better. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And once you've hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.